to win against Rule 1, they need to sweep here. Taking this to a Game 7 is gonna tire you out way too much, but that's a long, long way away, because Falcons and Twisted Minds just getting started with Game 1.
Certainly so. This race for the major spot still not concluded. Relic and of course Jara Jam waiting in the grand final. That's the only guarantee we can say in the Rocket. One of these two will be, of course, waiting for Rule 1 of Callum. Not waiting for anybody this time around. Must be proactive in the play, not reactionary, what we saw prior into the opening series of the night so far.
And in the dying seconds, we saw that Team Falcons are starting to pass around one another a bit more often, trying to find each other, which was the one thing we asked for them so much. Hopefully, they can do it again.
Potentially. What they were able to do and what they are capable of doing is two separate things, and we would like to see the potential and the peak maybe being reached here. A minute gone by, much better than what Falcons were able to do in the first series. They conceded under 13 seconds, but mind you, who hasn't this evening?
Some people have, some people haven't, but right now, Twisted Minds, they are indeed not being able to do what Rule 1 did with the scoring early type thing, and that means that Falcons does actually have a chance to get into a series before they're behind. But they aren't safe just yet. This ball has been stuck in the blue half for quite a while now. It's not hitting it away, but blocked off here. Ball back into the middle. Big clear coming out from O'Callaghan, but easily put to the side by Twisted Minds, by Senso. Ball bounced up into the air. Samal is there, leaves it alone. Smart decision, because Ahmad was fully trusting it.
That's what you like to see, at least to some extent. Trust in your opposition and of course mainly your teammates there, because you are having that ability to read the game and trying to perceive what's happening onto the pitch. It is so far as expected here after 2 minutes, and so far here we've been talking about goals so far, we've been spoiled so far, none has happened yet.
I wouldn't call it spoiled, I would rather say the opposite, because 0 goals. I mean, unless we're talking about good defense, because the defense has been holding on strong from both of these sides. Of course, no real danger being created just yet. Ball back forth once again. Samal trying to follow it up. Can't get a touch onto it, and O'Callaghan has a bit of free range. Can he get the 50% shot on target? A bit too high, but the sense of his team. But no second man. Bit too slow, bit too late. And it means that they have to try once more. This one rockets down from the crossbar.
Venom up. Small up to Senzo's likewise here. The pace slowly been injected into it there in the last 20 seconds of pace by the Falcons. A count here, and Senzo, mind you, moving across, pops up, goes low, but due to the fact he's lost the control.
No control, and of course that's the one problem we have seen before from Senza. The individual mechanical skill is not always there, as this ball, once again, a progressive play coming out from Falcons, finding each other. TRK hits it high, but there's no second man even ready for a pass. They knew that was not going to be anything created from us, as TRK tries to get past, but the 50 is just not good enough.
Hasn't been, but let's look at the bright side of this so far here, Spooks. We thought that Falcons weren't able or capable of coming back in this series due to the fact how Rule 1 dictated against them earlier. This is not domination. At least this is Falcons showing a bit of class where they originally were.
Or maybe that Twisted Minds is still a bit nervy, not fully ready, and maybe playing a bit differently, because of course Infinity requires a way different playstyle than what Team Falcons requires. But so far, it's still been a 0-0 game. No one really getting anything dangerous. This one does go on target, but easily put away to the side. Sama is not quick enough. O'Callaghan has an open net for Ahmed to shoot at, and the mistake from Twisted Minds punished off right away.
Talk about playstyles, talk about positional play, talk about mechanics. Sometimes a wide open net and a tap-in. That's all what you need. Falcons on the board. They have scored 4 goals today, and most of them were coming from the upper bracket. Eventually, we might see a few more.
Finally, they scored first, but Senso trying to score right away as well. Doesn't want to stay behind for all too long. Ahmad now looking for a clear, gets 50. This ball back into the middle. It's a Senso that's quick. Venom looking for the bump, but the shot too weak. Once again, Samal drops it down. This should be it for Senso, but he cannot find any power. Please someone get Senso a shooting training pack.
The national grid must be low. The electricity not sparking, but Venom trying to find a plug to put this one in here. There is a jolt of action happening by Twisted Minds, not of course yet, and that's a big wide open net. Falcons have run away with a 2-goal lead.
Beautifully done by Falcons. This is what you needed to see from them, Danny.
Well, it depends if we wanted Twisted Minds to win or not. I think Spooks and I were expecting to see Falcons somewhat come out of the blocks a little bit slower, Twisted Minds to step it up, but Spooks, here we have it. The question, can Falcons respond? They had time, of course. Twisted Minds, well, they're going to have 60 seconds at least to work out what went wrong here.
Well, they need to figure out what's wrong, but I can tell you what went wrong, Danny. But I'm not sure if they're listening to me. Do you want to know?
Well, I'm listening to you, Spooks.
Well, Dirtman. Twisted Minds got punished 2 times in a row because of their Dirtman positioning. Nothing that Falcons did felt that special. It was just a simple punishment of the mistakes of Twisted Minds. That means to me that this is still not a Falcons we can be comfortable with. That we can expect to take this series into their own hands. Because the defense looks alright, but I think Zenzo should have scored twice, maybe 3 times in this game. It wasn't clean enough to my liking so far.
Well, the evidence, what was this on the replays there? Zenzo not hitting the power strong enough, ball didn't go in, goals not happening, simple as it gets there, but agree with you with what you put across there. But frankly, if you're a Falcons fan, looking from the positive side of them, they got back into the game. They've won, yes, more than what they've done so far today. And that's a statement we shouldn't be saying either.
No, we shouldn't even be expecting that Twisted Minds should be winning here against Falcons. That's something that is ludicrous almost to say, but I still don't like how Falcons is playing. I still think Falcons can do way better than what they're doing right now. Again, I am waiting for these passing plays from Falcons. I'm waiting for the creativity because right now it feels bland. Like there's no flavor to the way they're playing.
No flavor. Well, that's a shame. We've got the flavour here on the Rocket as well. Plenty of action, of course, over the weekend as well. The European action happening on Sunday. But Twisted Minds and Falcons, will we see a finally dash of colour, or will we be dashing to a 2-0 lead for the Falcons here?
Them all trying to set himself up with the solo play. Quick shot coming out. This time around from Venom. Senzo takes it high, gets blocked off by TRK with no boost in his tank, meaning that the ball ends up for Ahmad. But easily put away by Senzo. Once again, looking for the transition. Double commit coming out from Twisted Minds. Triple commit, and that could be dangerous. I said the Dirtman was the problem for Twisted Minds. Seems they haven't listened.
No, they weren't listening. They also might have a problem with their first man as well. Not enough action, but holding hands together. Maybe through the power of friendship, they might get something on target, but sadly not there.
Not enough friendship this time of asking. O'Callaghan looking for his friend upfield. It's TRK with connection. But Venom blocks it off this time around. Ball goes into the hands of Samar. Samar, that's weak, but it's Ahmed. He survives the both attempts. Please, Twisted Minds, shoot a bit quicker. Get some speed in that ball.
I'm not saying, but as an Irishman is known for dirty tackles in football and certain other sports as well, that was the softest bump attempt I've ever seen.
He tried to dribble him out of the way, by the way.
Didn't work. Should have just hit him much harder.
Okay, look to dribble into the middle. Good attempt. Saw what Rule 1 did. Thinks I can probably do that as well. And he did. But just too bad this one was read through. O'Callaghan tries to get one touch. Gets it to the side by Senzo. Ahmed looking for the 50. Gets it into the middle. It's Venom with a quick shot. Not on target. The only one who has had some shooting capability so far from Twisted Minds. Because this one, weak and easy to predict where it was going to go. TRK with the quick clear into the hands of Venom.
Crystal ball. Unfortunately, no predictions being read, but so far the gameplay almost a mirage once again, repeating history. Likewise here, Venom straight up into there, trying to dictate the aerial battle that he decided to elect for. Is that a chance? No! Rejected! Another one off the bows! And there, Twisted Minds on the board!
1, 2, and then the third was necessary. But they've counted correctly this time of asking. Their Dirtman was high up, but the goal is oh so good. Some flavor for Twisted Minds.
Finally, not just vanilla on the ice cream. We might have a bit of bubblegum, but sadly, I'm all out of bubblegum here, so hopefully one of these two might bring it.
I like vanilla though. Vanilla's nice.
It is, but you know, sometimes we might want to change it up, and Twisted Minds have brought some.
Perhaps maybe Falcons could learn from that, but this one going the long distance, but not in the net, just a bit too high. But it's still in the hands of Venom, the one that I found the most dangerous so far from Twisted Minds. Staircase, the one that's most dangerous on Falcons, but not being able to do anything dangerous this time around with this ball. The ball back into the middle once again. Ahmad for a second touching to the middle, but blocked off by Senso as Sama is there, but no one in the middle for Falcons. And Ahmad, the turnaround is there, the double commit is there as well from Twisted Minds, but they hold on to the lead.
Venom's ability to jump in and look like a block, able to maybe get a touch if he wanted to, but nonetheless, still Twisted Minds finding a way to just slow the progression of the Falcons swarming around here. They are at least getting attacks of their own here, but Twisted Mind, more importantly, on the counter. Pass one, pass unfortunately nobody else. O'Callaghan did it, and there it is.
The man I've been calling the most dangerous over on Twisted Minds gets some help from O'Callaghan and finds the back of the net, gets some speed behind it. And this is exactly what I meant after game one. Falcons was still worrying me. The chances from Twisted Minds should have been finished. And still, to this day, we haven't seen anything too crazy coming out of Team Falcons. Their offense has been lacking, and their defense is getting caught off guard.
What a defensive touch this was. Samal getting it, Senso runs down, skipping away. Look at that. Sadness for Falcons. I was going to say we are in a scenario before. This time on the reverse, but thankfully Twisted Minds able to change the tone of it. And Spooks, game on.
Game on, so it is. What can TRK do in his own corner? Well, not too much. It's O'Callaghan bringing it high, pumped as well. 3 goals within 1 minute 10, Danny. It is unlikely, but not impossible. Ahmed drops it down low. TRK to follow up, but not good enough.
Samal, nice touch. Unfortunately runs away, and that's, well, Spooks, well, there's a few ways of describing that, but clearly not on the same page here. Falcons on the second.
Sometimes in football terms we see that ball coming across in the next stadium over. I hope we don't see it in the next map we are going to be playing, because that's what Team Falcons has to think about right now, because this map is done. Does that they're not getting it, because Twisted Minds on top of things.
Certainly so. What is a bit worrisome though, well, that ball might be being searched on row Z or triple Z at this point here. Falcons have not scored here. There is 20 seconds, mind you, left at the second game. Might get one, might not. Is this similar how Rule 1 series went earlier? Because they have not generated the same threat as they were able to do so.
I just still find it so simple, so boring from Falcons. The offense, you see it here again, once more, and solo play. No team play coming out. Where is the team play from Team Falcons? Because it's Team Falcons, not good individual Falcons.
That's a rename and a half, Spooks. I'm so glad you went into marketing.
Clearly, it's not my passion, not the way I should be going, but the way we are going to be going is into a 1-1 right now, Danny. And if this is going to keep up, it's going to be a 4-1 win from Twisted Minds. And that's exactly what I predicted as well, the 4-1.
What, do you want me to say you were right? Well done,
Yes.
Spooks. Here's your medal.
Yes.
Do you know what? If it happens, I'll say it at the end of the series, Spooks. You can clip it, have it as a memento at the end of the series. We're nowhere near the business end of this one just yet.
I don't know how I'm gonna put a GIF on the ceiling of my room, but I will put a GIF of you saying that on top of my roof, just to make sure that I can listen and see it all day long, Danny, if once I'm correct. Because this way Falcons is playing, I will be going to get correct.
Well, Spooks may be looking at the top of his roof, maybe shouting at the top of his voice too. Falcons, problems there. We saw a lack of a passing opportunity more than once here. We saw the capabilities not being flow, where Twisted Minds, mechanical play 1 or 2 times, paid off mainly so here. Spooks, this is unfortunately one of the slipperiest series ever, and Twisted Minds, stability, comfort, and just playing your game. That's all they have to do. They've done it so far once.
And they do it again. It is Okalat with the big clear coming out right from the get-go. Wants to speed things up, wants to create some chaos. Ahmad gets 50'd, but nothing too dangerous. Samar goes further, goes on long. Can he get it on target? It is not on target.
Nope. No, it wasn't. That pesky little defender, known as a Calip, got away with it. And TRK having his turn just to swat away that one.
Away and still nothing dangerous being created all just yet. Still feels like it's a bit of the No Man's Land gameplay that we see from both ends. I'm still not fully confident in Twisted Minds, but it at least looks more stabilized than what Falcons has been doing so far. With this solo play once again easily read and put to the side, Danny.
Yeah, pretty much. Move it to the side, keep it safe, shuttle it around here, but most of it's just due to as an after spell, and Venom might just be a little bit unhappy admin there. Oh, Khaled! One shot not good enough, the second being blocked away, and Senzo sniffs that there might be a chance on the other side here.
But now they have to rush on back. Oh, Khaled with the solo play, not good enough, blocked by Samal. And they have to be careful. Both these two teams are a bit in a chaos rush right now. TRK trying to rush it forward once again. Zero boost in the tank. Venom blocking it off. Maybe we can breathe now, get some energy back into ourselves. So Mal takes it slow with the flip reset, means that he can continue this play though, leaves it alone for Zenzo. Zenzo gets blocked by TRK. Good blockage and good ball into the middle once again from Samal, and he just progresses the ball all the way back into the blue half.
Zenzo from his side here, and this is a drive downfield here. It's been almost a typical trebuchet being thrown the ball up, and maybe something might hit. And my word, O'Callaghan might be blessed with this one.
That's one, that's two. And he gets the flip, of course, but it just bounces on down. I think it even was an own goal, because the ball probably would not have bounced on in, but then the second man probably would have been there, got the goal. So Falcons take the lead once again. This is something they found so important, because every time they go behind, they lose so far. TRK look to maybe extend that lead, but blocked off by Samal. Samal, what can you do? Trying to get one more further. Flip reset, fast one. Tries to get past the second one. The ball is back into the middle. This is a good passing play coming out from Twisted Minds, and a good bit of originality.
Don't forget, Falcons are still fighting to get to the major. Any other season, any other split, this is normally wrapped up before it even reaches the Invitational. They are battling here to keep things going with that track record here as TRK moving down. No train, but there is a stop. It's at the Twisted Minds, isn't it?
And this one, I wouldn't call it a passing play, but it was at least a second man ready and aware of when to push forward, when to stay up, and when to get their goal. Falcons finally getting a better lead than just a one-goal lead, and this is looking a bit more stable from them so far. Twisted Minds has to rethink, what can we do, what can we bring forward? This could be a pass into the middle. It is. Venom was just a bit too slow.
There's the shot. TRK double commit by O'Callaghan. At least overlapping each other, at least in the rotation, giving themselves options. The passing play not ideal here, so Falcons will have their turn. The pylon,
no.
Goal number 3 perhaps.
TRK, the one that has been playing quite well, almost getting the insane double tap, but not this time around. Samal goes low with the dribble play. Can he 50 it past the goal and the best defender? This one should have been in, but missed by Venom. And it's Senzo still in front of the ball, leaves it alone for Samal. This one is open, this one could be in. This one should have been on target, but blocked off by Ahmed. And you can tell Falcons still nervy, still not safe.
Can you blame them being nervous when you're being pelted in this form here? Twisted Minds for the second time in this position cannot break through Falcons. Game 1 was of a similar skin here, but will it just peel away here? The defense, there is a real 2 there. And unfortunately, are we going to argue on this one, Smokes?
No, let's continue the cast, let's continue the gameplay, which won't be continuing for long. Because Ahmed, in the 2v2 situations, Danny, you know Falcons is not losing.
No, they aren't going to lose. We could argue all night long, and I still lose that argument too. 3-0, 2-1 if this keeps on going. And you know what? Credit to Falcons here. Many might have them written off from earlier.
They've stabilized. This is something I desperately wanted to see from them. Stabilizing yourself, getting confident, getting good and back into the groove. Venom leaves it alone for Senso, and too many double commits so far from Twisted Minds. Not what you like to see as this ball back into the middle should be a good passing option for Venom, but he was just a bit too close, and it means that this offensive attack just leads to nothing.
That's the story, nothing. It really much is a game here where the first goal wins the particular game we're playing right now. We've not seen a competitive match here, and that's not disrespectful for these two teams. It's just when they're in front, they're in the front.
When they're behind, they cannot find the goals necessary to take it back. As DRK looking for a fourth, not this time around. Means that the 3-0 lead will stand and will go for the 2-1 games for Falcons. Getting back into the... This is a good 4-0. This gives me more confidence. I was about to say I'm still not confident with Falcons. This does bring me a happy smile.
Really enjoy Smokes spiraling away there because he's going to have every reason to do so. But Twisted Minds, there's not much we can say here between these two. It's a similar problem what we've seen before from them. They get to the stage in the tournament, they might reach the final, but they cannot get over the line, especially when they face the top two teams. But again, they might have time to reassess the situation.
They have time to reassess the situation. Once again, TRK leading his team, even without the goals. He is still so important. I just think over on the Twisted Mind side, Danny, like I said, with them calling a timeout as well, they need to speak about the double commits. They've had so many double commits this entire series long already. And this game, they were finally being punished. And you can see that Falcons just runs away with it then. Not even anything special from Falcons, but just clean.
Yeah, and the fact that we're not looking for something outrageously special either, it's just whether the second man following or dropping back further. Personally myself, I would like to see the two players dropping deeper into their own half here because they're not absorbing the pressure, they're not dealing with it in terms of it, but when they do break free, there's no options. It's a catch-22 problem here, and unfortunately, what do you do after that?
I think it's quite simple though. It's a generalized tip for everyone. Whenever you're struggling with who's third man, just scream who's second man. If you're second man, just scream that you're second man. Just say it, yell it even. Make sure that everyone knows so that the other person knows, like, okay, I have to back off. I cannot go for this.
I don't think everybody works like your team, Spooks, and they just scream nonsense as well at the same time and going, I'm second man too. But if that's how it's meant to be, I'm out of the loop so often.
It's better than double committing every time you're second and third. So,
yeah, fair point. I'm not going to argue with that. The good old days, you didn't probably need the shout as much, but hey ho, most players didn't know how they aerial back then. So, simpler days.
Easier times.
But it was. I didn't even have a beard, I think, back then. Might have to think
Young
about
Danny.
That. Yes. Speaking about young here, Twisted Minds, they're certainly not young in the grand scheme of things here. Yes, those are their issues here. But let's be fair to them as well. They have played well in that second game, mechanically outplaying Falcons for a good strong portion as well too. They are capable. It's just we want solidity. We want consistency. We want this one to be tighter by both sides.
You would guess that this game number 4 will be do or die for Twisted Minds. Lose this and Falcons will have match point in their grasp. They only have to win one more after that. While on Twisted Minds end, if you win this, you bring yourself back to the 2-2 situation. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, it's fabulous. I do love a good 2-2 scenario. Maybe we might see a ballerina performance here, but small here, but unfortunately tripped over by unfortunately somebody else's tripping foot.
I would call a yellow card maybe if we had one of those, but sadly enough we have to continue playing and no one is seeing the problem so far. Senzo trying to find the net but not getting past the defenders, not seeing an option there as Okalat leaves it alone for TRK. TRK with the solo play, he's been good, but not good enough this time of asking. Still follows it up though, sets up his team Ahmed, but no one really, he wasn't really expecting it.
Wasn't expecting it, but a corner bounce like that. Falcons expect the unexpected here. Twisted Minds timeout, paid to perfection.
I thought for sure someone on Falcons had that red easily blocked, but I guess not. And the first goal games for Falcons are not done just yet. This one, once again, could be a second close shot. Okalat with the save, but it's not safe just yet. Samal with the flip reset, looking for a 50, but not on target.
Up and around, Venom has options, plays it with a slight lob down to the opposite side there. Does well enough as sends up, sees Venom. Soft touch surely, it is so at that too, as Okalat downfield bangs it down here. A lot of space given, but it's just seeing who's willing to make that mistake. And Falcons, is that a game you're willing to play after the last time?
Into the hands of Venom, Bam just booms forward once again. Samal was ready for it, but tried to get it into the middle, but no one really there expecting it. TRK goes high for the solo play, tries to get it into the middle, gets it past one, gets it past two, and Ahmed with the 50, getting it past the last.
For the first time in this lower bracket final, we see two teams tied at 1-1 in the actual game. Finally, we might see what both of these two teams are fighting for and what it means to them. But Twisted Minds, that's not the time to let a one-goal lead slip away.
Yeah, but we're still 3 minutes away from deciding who's going to be taking this game. Number 4, TRK. Hits it back forth once again. Ahmed with the follow-up, looking for a second touch. Tries to get it past one. It's a high into the net, and the save could not be made. Ahmed gets a bit of a gift.
You just have to feel sympathetic. Look at what Venom tries to pull. Cannot do it. What a turnaround by Falcons. What a turnaround they have performed so far. But Venom, a quick downfield, and they might have grabbed the second one, the responding kind.
Falcons really playing like a different team than what they did against Rule 1. This is what we like to see. A Falcons that is not easily pushed away. One that actually knows how to counterattack and knows how to stabilize. But Senzo trying to stabilize his own team.
Wonder where the stability, where the passing option was there. Just wasn't happening. TRK launches it to the ceiling. Not really effective to anybody here. Just will waste time, bit of boosting, drag maybe a defender out of position perhaps.
TRK is trying to do that exact thing once more, but Senzo blocks it off into the hands of Samal. To get it past one, gets it past him, and the tide is back. The Twisted Minds play here from Senzo down to Samal. Fights the speed.
Not often Okala gets beaten to a ball. Today is a day if you want to challenge him. He's not at the top of his pedestal right now. He is finding himself in the mud pits right now, battling for the scrap heap itself. But Zenzo, one touchdowns himself here. His former teammates here might be wondering, ooh, we haven't seen him play this well in so long, but he's been that good for that period of time too.
So onto the backboard. Is there someone ready? Okalat with the touch to the side. TRK hits it up high once more. Samal once gets a hit, but not good enough of a hit because Senzo still has to reach out with all his boost. Could be dangerous there for Falcons, but they still survive, keep themselves alive. And you're starting to wonder, what's it gonna take for Twisted Minds or Falcons to win this game, Danny? Is it gonna be the kitchen sink? Is it gonna be the milk that Falcons brought against Rule 1? Or is it gonna be the entire kitchen itself?
I think it'd be the house, the village, the neighbour, and everybody else they can get themselves onto and chuck at the Falcons here because Senzo is back at it again.
The neighbour wasn't necessary because Samal said hello to the ball, waved goodbye, and faked out the defenders. Exactly what Twisted Mind stands for, using their brains to get past the defenders.
70 odd seconds. Falcons for the first time this game trails what Twisted Minds have put on to it here other than the opening goal. As TRK chases it down, pops it up, blocked it by, and you didn't even really see Senzo. Sniper like there.
Gallet bringing high once again. Put away by Venom once again, but low boost on the end for Twisted Minds. They have to be careful. It's only Senzo with a lot of boost, and he's trying to get this ball away. It's Venom going high, going low. Flip reset update, but pushed to the side by Falcons. This one goes high. TRK not in a good position, just bangs it away. Not trying to find any control, and with the seconds ticking away, Danny, it's looking less and less likely Falcons is gonna get a tight game.
Well, you've just said that. Are you trying to will it into existence?
Perhaps.
Perhaps, maybe, but a block like that with 15 odd seconds, the odds are getting very slim here.
The ball tries to go low once again. O'Callaghan goes high. So misses the ball. A good 50 from Venom. Bing brings it back into the middle. It's Ahmad hitting it for TRK. Down to O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan with the pre-jump. Senzo with the block. And that is Twisted Minds. Bring us back to a 2-2 situation.
One save and Falcons not getting the late equaliser in the fourth. Pivotal moments, tight games. What else do you love? That is the closest we've actually seen these two in this set itself here, Spooks. But mind you did say what we were maybe expecting who become the winner of the series at the start. Far less clear now.
So much less fair right now, because Twisted Minds is still playing alright. It's Falcons who has stepped up majorly. Even in this game, they looked a lot better. That last goal is a bit unfortunate, but it's not that bad coming out of Falcons, because you eventually just get faked by someone you expect to get a touch out of. That is fine. That is normal. That is at least somewhat hopeful for Falcons, and for this series in general, because we finally did not get a shutout of the opposition.
What we would have been asking for some time. 3 games, no goals scored by the opposition. To do that consistently throughout a series with one team is unlikely, but it's doable. Both sides doing it. You've got to raise an eyebrow there. It doesn't happen often. We will hopefully see this one being a lot more closer, but mind you here, Spooks, I want to give credit here to this timeout as yourself as a coach here. I know Psycho talks about it. That was well played by Twisted Mind. That's the time when you do it.
Exactly.
That gives you what you're after.
Don't give any time to Falcons to stabilize. Don't give them any time to get momentum, to get back into the series. Right away call it, and that's how you bring yourself back. And maybe they can take a lead of it right now, because now if Falcons calls it, it's going to be after this game. And that would be detrimental if they're 2-3 down in the series, because then you don't have a lot of time to reset, regather your stuff. So Callum regathering himself on this play, but not strong enough, not quick enough. And Venom, awkward position, but still puts it to the side.
Curtain around the sides, this ball hasn't really found its real purpose, or at least person to put a spin or at least a dictation onto the game here. Soft touch here, Senzo, playing it at least wide but not tight to the corner here, allowing Falcons to let's venture where they could be dangerous, but not really the threat that follow behind it.
Senzo was already up for that. Even though it was a double commit, it was a well-played one. O'Callaghan looking for the redirect by himself. Brings it back to the corner. Tries to follow it up once more. And TRK does get the demo. The goal is a bit open, but not open enough. Easily put to the side. And SNW goes high. TRK to the side. Senzo not getting to it quick enough. O'Callaghan, easy ball. Venom now. Just bangs the ball forward once again for Senzo to hit it back into the middle. Both these two teams trying to play a bit of boom ball right now with the pass into the middle. Maybe the opener.
Maybe the opener so soon. I think Spooks here and I would maybe like to see it happening, but I would prefer it much deeper into the game here. We've been talking about we wanted to see it tighter. Eventually has been. Defensively was good. It's getting better. A nice touchdown field here by O'Callaghan, not necessarily going through anybody, and allowing here at least Twisted Minds to have a turn.
You say soon, but I'm used to the first minute goals and shenanigans of Rule 1, so is it truly quick if you score after 2 minutes?
I think you're the expert when it comes to quick, Spooks. I'm too old and slow when it comes to the game.
Venom, look for a straight shot on target. O'Callaghan, awkward. Does put it to the side. Some more. Tries to bring it back into the middle. Good 50. It goes on high. Venom there, ready for it. He does get a touch, but takes it slower. Tries to bait out the defenders. Trying to bait them out into going forward once again. Senzo's weak is a weak shot, but it could have been dangerous if TRK was not there to save the day.
We're finally halfway through the series, but halfway through game 5. Goal is still in this very much a tight battle between at least the kings of the region, with the princes knocking around here, still looking for a few crowns. Rule 1. We're fed up here with Twisted Minds. They've been almost the jester of the court, but taken far too seriously in spring. And my word, that ball is getting closer to Pluto than to the net.
And with the amount of offense so far that Twisted Minds has had, you're starting to wonder. They've thrown everything. They've thrown the entire kitchen to it, Danny, but they've left the sink at home.
Well, I would sincerely hope the sink is there, Spooks.
Well, if you want a goal, it has to go, Danny. It has to go.
What if I don't want it to go? How about something heavier like the bathtub?
We'll take the refrigerator.
All right, well, we were just trying to work out what's heavier, what's more worthwhile to throw out here. Twisted Minds, they haven't thrown everything against Falcons. It's been pretty much here, standard stuff here. Has to be something special. And Falcons, they're trying to produce something cut out there by some more. Venom's pre-jumped earlier, technically only one back. 70 odd seconds here, and we're crying for a goal here from both sides.
And Senzo has bumped every single person over on Falcons. They're gonna be boost up, they're gonna be awkward. This one drops on down, the block is there, the follow-up from Senzo. The speed does not matter.
You want to bump everybody on the pitch. You want to bump the ball into the back of the net, and it's Senzo who does it. Whether it's a fridge sink, refrigerator, whether it's from Barbie or milk from the previous series both of us cast it, it doesn't matter. It goes in, it counts all the same, but the countdown, more importantly, against Falcons.
Might still has to keep strong though, 50 seconds left on the clock. O'Callaghan trying to push this offensive pressure a bit forward. Ahmad, follow-up touch not good enough. TRK back into the middle we go. O'Callaghan, can you be quick? Yes, you're quick, you're good. Ahmad with the follow-up back to O'Callaghan. Shot is found, but safe as all. Pushed to the side, but not into safety just yet. Venom finally breaking free, finally getting it for some more follow-up touch. No boost in the tank though. The seconds keep on ticking, Danny. They're closing it in.
It is, but O'Callaghan, they haven't given up, you know. TRK is there. Small touch by Twisted Minds here. Alma to the side here. Demo open up. There's only one in the backlines. Pre-jumped, of course. There's Senzo with a vital pinch downfield. Is that the space this side needed?
It's not done just yet. TRK with the clear. It's on to Venom. O'Callaghan brings it forward once again. Ahmad is there, up into the air, but Senzo sends it to the side. Twisted Minds take this game 3-2, leading over Falcons.
My words. When we were earlier on this day, we were saying, wow, what a series. What we saw, what Falcons in Rule 1. Won't spoil it too much, but you should know the result by now. But I finally got word into my ear, and I'm surprised it took a while for it to happen, Spooks. Team Falcons have called a timeout.
Too little, too late in my eyes.
Is it?
I mean, only time can tell, but I do not trust them to fix all their problems that they had against Rule 1 and in here within this timeout. It's going to be very close. And Danny, this could be, and correct me if I'm wrong, only the second time this season we do not see Falcons in the grand final. The other one being in Regional 1. Do you know who took their place that time?
You know what? Tell me, Spooks.
Infinity. That time it was Infinity. This time, Twisted Minds wants to do it themselves as well.
The 1-2. Previous champions of last regional could be knocked out here. Be revenge, served cold here if this was to occur. And again, to put the scenario on the table. Infinity Major is gone. They were eliminated earlier. Twisted Mind still has it on the cards. It requires to win here. Then another best of 7 against Rule 1. What happens after that, by the way, Spooks?
If whoever wins here wins against Rule 1, the bracket reset. If you win that bracket reset, Falcons, if they make it that far, are going to the major. Twisted Minds at that moment is not even clear just yet. They then have to win another best of 7 against Rule 1.
There you have it. You just have to keep winning. Twisted Minds have to win a best of 7, another best of 7. You've guessed it, a best of 7 follow up by another best of 7. It's a long day. A bracket reset required. Double elimination provides some of the most spectacular sets of matches, and some teams even creates history here. But who will have that dangling carrot for the major in Boston? Will it be, of course, Falcons to do it once again, or will Twisted Mind dash another hope here?
It's a carrot on a stick, but who will lead the other one and who will be taking charge of this game number 6? I would assume Twisted Minds is not ready for a Game 7 overtime yet, or a Game 7 Champions Field, I should say. Well, Team Falcons, that's all you can do. That's all you have left. And as Twisted Minds opens this up, the save is there.
Another potential shot there, but sent down, hacking there. Falcons getting rid of it. No mucking around, just getting down, especially when the job requires a bit of dirty work to get through it here. It's another pop-up field here, blocked it goes, net exposed, sadly not Spooks.
Not this time around, but Ahmad keeps the offensive pressure going, wants to find another touch with 0 boost in the tank. He did all he could. Ocala tries to help out, but the clear is dangerous, is long, but it's into the hands of the best man on the field in my eyes, TRK.
Oh, that's maybe a debating point between us. We might disagree, but Ahmed won't have any disagreement with this particular ball. Deals with it well. Ocala, that's a strange ball. Didn't try to even play around here, and somebody has decided to have a strange rotation there. What's going on there?
It's on the line, Danny. It got saved.
My eyes either was deceiving me or not there, but it looked like a player just boldly rotated around. Finally, an admin being called around. Something must have went wrong. That was the strangest move around here. And finally, with all the experience calling off from us in the booth here, that was odd. And thankfully, we might see or hear what went wrong there.
I'm actually glad the ball didn't go in then, because if we had a timeout while that ball went in, it could have been a lot of chaos and a lot of drama going in from both of these teams, or one of these teams being like, oh no, it wasn't in because it doesn't count and this and that. Now we're just on a 0-0. We can continue from where we left off. No problems at all. But there is still one problem though, Danny.
Oh, what's that?
Falcons looked off right from the get-go. And that's when they called a timeout. That is not what you like to see.
That's true, but I will throw this into the mix as well. Due to the admin pause, there will have some time here. We're still trying to work out what's going on at the moment here. It does mean they will have time to recuperate. And maybe within, presuming here, will be, of course, corrected with all the information here. So this is just theory, but a guesswork somewhat. But a full reset there, probably till the closest second, will, of course, allow Falcons to restart fresh again. A second chance again, perhaps.
It sets us all up once again for just the basic kickoff, the basic standard situation. The one situation where you can actually fully practice it, because it's always the same. Nothing ever changes. And still we don't see people fully using it. But it has led to a couple of times where I see Falcons defenders not being prepared for the kickoff. And it almost led to a couple of goals already.
Well, a few goals has been somewhat problematic. When we do see a goal slip on through, usually means the side dominates. Falcons, Twisted Minds. We've been here so many times with a kickoff. Who will get that advantage? That's going to be a tricky one here, but the action restarts.
And let me remind you, whoever took the first lead has won every single game. And Samoa wants to continue traditions and gets the kickoff goal.
You might have to be a house wrecker if you want to break these traditions. Throw out what you know, write what you would like and wish for. Twisted Minds have the lead. but Falcons, they've got 3 odd minutes and change for something to occur.
Setting it up by himself. Flip reset, but it's not good enough. Not getting past Ahmad, and the demo does create some more space for Falcons. But there's no second man there. There's no one waiting there. Only one waiting there. It's Mob who wants to get another chance at goal. This one goes on high onto the backboard and put to the side by O'Callaghan. But Falcons has to be careful, has to watch out for the second man.
And so he's up and around here. That's very much the quick pace to the action here. Twisted Minds are 1-2, and even third man rotating quite well, spectacularly so here. It's Venom still just making Falcons' lives miserable here. The only thing's more miserable right now is when Spooks found out who he was casting with this weekend.
I was only happy and smiles, Danny.
Well, we might debate about that one, but there will be maybe a horror at the other side. Thankfully, we see that one getting saved away.
Push to the side. Ahmed once again bringing it forth into the orange half. We go. It's Small. Can't get the touch himself this time basking. It is now into the hands of Twisted Minds. Bones the ball back forth once again. O'Callaghan says no, we're going the other way. And it is just a bit of football. Both these two teams not wanting full control. The only one who wants it is the arcade, but not the shot on target, but the second side of asking. Ahmad is there.
You said boom ball, but harbour a bit of Mr. Boom fantastic. That was lovely. 1-1. When the series gets tighter and tighter, Falcons, the Kings, the top, might just need to work a little bit harder just to make sure.
He's proud of that one as well. I would have said it's not his best of work, but for Falcons it doesn't matter which one is their best work. They just need goals. They need it quickly and as fast as possible because it's still only a 1-1. They're still not in a safe position to take us to game 7. It's Ahmad going high. Samal blocking it off. Back down we go. It's Venom with the pinch. Past the defenders. No one saw it coming. And the glass ball of Denny could not even predict this.
The glass ball broken. 124 kbh shatters. Falcons once again. Surely wounded, bleeding, dripping on the floor right now, looking for some kind of suture to the wounds. The former player, the former friend, doing, unfortunately, the unthinkable. Twisted Minds still, of course, the tiebreaker on the cusp of their own hands here if they win here.
It's Venom pushing it to the side once again, tries to keep control, tries to stay ahead, stay in the lead. O'Callaghan with the 50 straight into the hands of TRK, goes high, this one will drop down low. Blocked off by Venom, into the hands of Ahmad, who has the boost, who has the time, who has the skill. Does he have the ball? Does get it past one, but the flip reset was not good enough, not past the second man. And O'Callaghan now is in that same position, but leaves it alone for TRK, trying to drop it back down.
When you look at that, do you go top or bottom? Some people might struggle to make that decision there, but unfortunately O'Callaghan went to the back wall, not happening. No double, no double.
As then he screams in agony, there was no double to be found. Samar doesn't need a double, tries to drop it down low. Ahmed onto the side, it sends over to 50, but it's going against him into the backfield. Into the corner we are. Samar once again 50ing it. It's back into the middle. They have to be careful. Those 50s are not going to go your way the entire game. The last 30 seconds, you have to be careful. Samar with the flip. Past one, but TRK blocked it off. Senzo, what can you do? Well, not too much.
Sometimes very little is all what you need to do. In Twisted Minds, they have the clock to do all the work for them. O'Callaghan downfield with the boost. He's been bumped by Venom. Dirty, dirty, vicious, filthy, whatever superlative you would like to put onto it, but it's not over! It's not over!
TRK gets past it with the bounce straight on down. Venom couldn't read it. And Senzo, he gets a touch, but the touch is weak. Not good enough. 7 seconds on the clock. Can Twisted Minds pull off another kickoff goal? This one goes their favor. It's Venom with the shot, but Ahmed with the block. But the ball still not in a safe space. TRK can't get a touch onto it. O'Callaghan to the side. It's an overtime in game 6.
O'Callaghan was the bodyguard. made sure, tracked the ball and did not let it go out of his eyesight. Made sure that the OT wasn't a probability. He made it an insurance. Guaranteed now. And maybe we might see Game 7, but it's now up to Falcons to deliver that persistent decision if they want it.
It is up to Twisted Minds to, for the first time ever, confirm a different major team coming out of MENA, Danny. It would be the very first. Last season we didn't see it. This season we haven't seen it. There's a possibility, but Twisted Minds needs to do it here. They need to be clutch. Alba tries to be clutch for his own team. This ball goes straight into the air. It is Venom back down to Samal.
The history is there for either of these two sides, for both sets of supporters, for even the neutrals. They're sitting gasping, waiting at the edge of the chair here, but Alma is waiting at the side of the corner here. Twisted Minds once again throwing themselves to get a block in, not really doing anything else here, nothing constructive, a double commit here. TRK up into the air, skying this one here, it's Alma, and just like that, back it goes, downfield.
Downfield we go, back into the orange half. It's Senso hitting it high, looking for his follow-up touch himself. Can't do it. This ball goes high for TRK, but doesn't have to follow up, not like he did last time. Leaves it alone for Ahmed. Ahmed, bad hit. O'Callaghan was patient. Pass it to the middle. TRK, are you ready for it? Senso with the block, and Venom hits it further into his own corner. Can he follow it up again? No, cannot. O'Callaghan doesn't get a touch, but TRK easily put it to the side. Give some time to breathe, but not for all too long. O'Callaghan with the clear forward once again. TRK takes his time, back pass into Ahmed. Ahmed is ready, the demos are there, the bumps have been found, the 50 is there! And through it all, Ahmed gets Falcons into Game 7.
Not finished yet. Falcons might have been shown what it likes to taste defeat for the first major time by Rule 1. They do not want to taste what the nursing bed feels like. It's cruel, it's horrible, and sometimes even cranky within the bed sores. Falcons, they've got themselves up on their 2 feet. Game 7 it is.
Twisted Minds, it must be oh so painful. The way you lose, you get this beautiful goal right over there, and TRK just fakes your entire defense, gets past it, and then this, he bumps and demos past it all, and Ahmad, the 50 god himself, breaks on through. Falcons can be excited, but they aren't done just yet. They aren't clear just yet. Well, Twisted Minds, you find yourself in another Game 7 against one of the top dogs.
Just to even go further, Rule 1 Twisted Minds yesterday, approximately about 6 p.m. BST time, played. They were 3-0 up. They were tight. They were close. There was an OT win there. Game 4 started with a loss in OT, and it slipped away. The timeout called, slipped even further. Game 7 called, and within 19 seconds in that Game 7, Spooks, Rule 1 advanced. They went to play the Falcons in this upper final. We saw that earlier. For the second time this tournament, this Invitational, Twisted Minds could lose it here once again.
It could be the end of their season, depending on circumstances. We know it's not the end for Falcons. They're already confirmed for Düsseldorf, but they want to confirm themselves for Boston as well. The road ahead, though, is quite long. It is quite tedious, but Game 7 is on our plate.
This is what we do it for. Watching, playing, coaching, the feeling of this Game 7, the thrill of winning it, and also maybe the major too. Ahmad will open the Game 7 up for the Falcons for the first time for ages.
Oh, so important that they get the first goal here, Danny. And it's once again a passing play coming out from Falcons, working together, getting the team plays going. But how long can they hold on to it? The lead has not been determined just yet. It is not a security. You need at least 1 or 2 more. Otherwise, you know Twisted Minds is gonna come back. This one is close, but not close enough.
There was a double commit. Falcons throwing it high. Ahmad wide. Falcons could have doubled. Twisted Minds could have tied. A tiebreaker still with a potential possibility here, but teetering here, slipping away here. Already a minute gone here. Venom shot wide. Will be another attempt and blocked it goes.
TRK miraculously finds the save. Once again, there's no stopping him. This one bounces down from the ceiling, blocked by O'Callaghan. Pushed to the side. Ahmed doesn't get bumped. Luckily enough for Team Falcons, that means that they can at least regain some control balls in defense. This ball bounces up high. O'Callaghan passes it away, tries to find TRK, does find him, but the ball has been to the hands of SMW. It's Venom going high. Tries to get past one, gets it past one. Flip reset has been found. The bump has been found. The second one not connecting.
Second phase of play though. Senzo with 100 boost. There's an option. Fifth one. Go for the bump. He went for the bump. The risk not paying off. And Falcons down with one side of the wing of play. Not getting to the ball either. And just like that, they scrape away with it.
They may be down, but their hopes are up, Danny. They are not ready to stop just yet. Twisted Minds, not even scared to put all three people up, knowing they have to try their best to take this back, to get back into this game. O'Callaghan to the wall, tries to find another touch, leaves it alone for his team, but read by Twisted Minds. Senzo, ready for it, redirect found. 1-1, tied up.
That's what you have to do. Whether you win by 1, lose by 10, you do not want to leave this pitch with the feeling of not giving it all. 2 minutes down, 6 games gone by, still tied up and still looking for the winner. That's a fabulous demo there.
A really good demo right there. Relieve some pressure, Samal! He relieves the most pressure from Twisted Minds. We saw it against Rule 1. The dribbles are lethal. And this one, maybe one of the best ones.
The greatest possible turnaround that Twisted Minds that wanted. Fabulous, fantastic, and fear not. They will do it again if they have to, but it's now on the side of blue where the foot and the buck stops. It will be Falcons to find their second goal if they want to keep this maybe potential dream stopper. What Twisted Minds is looking to do here.
Saw it last time, they did it in the dying seconds. They can do that again for sure. It's Samal who goes as quick as possible. Bell back into the middle. TRK save though. This one hit high. O'Callaghan this time around gets the save himself and then pushes it to the side. Hit high by O'Callaghan. TRK ready for the flip reset, ready for the follow-up, but blocked off, and the demo creates so much space. Samal drops it down low with the 50, but no one there for his team to bring it back forward.
TRK Senzo's up, trying to make him go higher up. That's a vital blob. That ball spilling around, jumping, adding a little divot. Certainly was provided there, causing rumbus-like bounce there, and kindly for Falcons. They will be crying to any god or somebody who listens to them, wanting time to rewind back there.
1 minute 40 on the clock, Danny. They need to do it now. You don't want to wait until the last seconds. Once again, like the last game. Demo on the third man means some space has been opened there for Twisted Minds, but they don't take it. They don't want to overpush. They know they're ahead. They know where they're leading. They know they can deal with this when the time comes. This ball straight on down. Shot coming out from Samal was just a pass into the middle, but TRK takes control. Takes a big breath of air. Breathe it in, breathe it out, because you need to keep going, because it's not done.
When you're sitting there trying to worry about your aerobic respiration, sometimes it might not be enough in the system. Venom, will there be enough in the system? That will be a snake bite that provides poison to the chalice of the Falcons' leadership.
The dribble plays, they are the evildoer to Falcons. They are not able to punish them. They're not able to get free from them. There's so many of one breaking past their defense. As TRK, the task just got a lot harder. This one is onto the backboard. Ahmad not being able to do it this time around. TRK brings it back forward once again. Whereas O'Callaghan, you need him forward, but maybe not this far, as the zero boost in his tank means his offensive attack just dies down. Nothing being created, as TRK is the quickest to fall.
TRK was there, still is, mind you, trying to provide a nuisance. O'Callaghan racing back. No touch there by Samal. 30-odd seconds there. Any other day, both of us comfortably would say, this is done. This is dusted here. Falcons Your championship to lose. What have you got left?
Your major to lose as well, and they're losing it with every second that's passing. Sento leaves it low for Samal. Samal goes further on. TRK, it's the totality. Needs something quick. He needs something now. Ahmed goes high. It's on to the backward. Can he fight the doubles? Brings it all down. O'Callaghan! He is there. The pass from Ahmed was where it needed to be. And O'Callaghan, the man, the myth, he himself gets the second.
What we've been referred to as an old-fashioned Irish punt upfield, a Hail Mary, 5 seconds for a kick-off goal, for glory, for the Falcons. They are setting themselves up here. To the backboard it goes, and it will be Ahmad. He sits there, waits, soft touch here, another block. It has to be a kind ball, but a double commit causes Falcons a tie game, a Twisted Minds advances to the grand final itself.
For the first time since the inception of MENA into the RLCS, we see someone else than Team Falcons go to the major. It is the very first time, whoever it will be, Twisted Minds or Rule 1, that will be decided later on. But Danny, they have done it. They have been blocked. The old guard is not going to be seen in Boston. They will be seen in Dusseldorf. But for which position, we do not know.
That's going to be one heck of a decision of what might unfold, of who that will be. Of course, it could be done in 1 series, 2 series, maybe even 3. That might confuse some of you, but Spooks, we're not confused by the result. Twisted Minds, who, let's put it kindly, required a timeout just to get the ball rolling. What a lower final we've just seen there.
And what an oh-so-deserved victory here for Twisted Minds. They've been fighting for this the entire season. The next season is going to be even better for them. But in their very last regional, they make the finals once again. They keep their major hopes alive, but there's so much more at stake. More will be talked about after this break.